I'm going to show you 3 real examples comparing Sora 2 and Veo 3. Let's see how they stack up. The 3 examples for today are not just about playing with the different models and comparing them. We're also going to use it to show you some tips and tricks of how you can generate different things using Sora 2 and Veo 3.1 here on Promptus. The first one that we have is a little cat boxing game. Super cute. We wanted to make it as cinematic and realistic as we could. I'm going to show you that one first, so we can do a comparison of how Veo 3 handled my prompt versus how Sora 2 handled the prompt. Let's take a look at how I did it. So first things first, head to the playground. If you're new here, welcome to the playground. If you're not, welcome back. The first thing we're going to do is head to Video. That's where you'll see a whole selection of our different models when you click on the drop-down. And of course, we're going to start off with Veo 3.1. Now, I've heard a lot about this model. Some people are able to build some really cool, realistic videos, but some people have also mentioned that there's some limitations and constraints around it, that there's a lot of restrictions. Let's see if we have the same problem here today. So, clicking on the model, finding the prompt that I want to use. So again, we're looking at cats boxing, and let's take a look at the output together.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of the evening.
All right, let's watch it back together. Okay, they're standing up. The showdown. I really like that little golden explosion that they had. The cats look pretty realistic. I don't know if I'm team red or team blue, but overall, I think it did a pretty good job. But actually, you know what? As much as I like this, let's run it back one more time. I want to tweak the prompt just a tiny bit and see what we get as an output. I kind of expected them to do some more actual fighting moves, but instead they kind of just hopped over to each other and bumped fist ups. So I like it, but I do want to see it one more time. So let's try it again. Okay, this time we're standing. Oh, okay, they kept the confetti. I like it. This is nice. Okay, what do you think? You have to let me know in the comments below. Do you prefer the Veo 3, the first video, or do you prefer the second one? Let me know. We're going to try the same prompt from the second video because I like how they actually use fighting moves this time when I generate it with Sora 2. So let's check that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. It's time for the main event. Fighters, ready, fight!
Wait, I only asked for 2 cats. Let's go back. Yeah, why is there a third one? And it's the same as the first one? I guess it's like a sneak attack? What's going on here? But overall, I loved it. The cinematics of it, we start with the cat, you the close-up of the face, and then we're going around and you see the referee is bringing them in, and then suddenly, gold confetti, I like my confetti, and then a third cat comes out of nowhere. I feel like that's cheating. The red team is onto something, but they're definitely cheating. Okay, now that we're done with that one, let's try my second prompt. So the second one I wanted to show you was actually going to see how well it would do with a prompt that it probably doesn't really like to do. So if you've ever tried using any of the Google models, they have a bit of restrictions on what you're allowed to generate. Things like falling, any kind of violence, even if it's just really innocent, is usually restricted and they don't allow you to do it. So let's see what we can do with this one. I want to try to generate a video of a man falling, which is my prompt, but I want to make it a little bit more comical and have him falling on a banana. The typical slipped on a banana peel type look. So let's see if we can get it to generate a video like that. Okay, we're back in the playground, and now I'm just going to enter my prompt here for us. All of these prompts will be available in the description below, by the way, just in case you want to try these out by yourself or adapt it and let us know how it goes. Would love to see how you end up using them. Okay, I'm going to try this with just the text prompt and show you the output. Okay, so this is the output that I got when I tried to do it as a text prompt, but unfortunately I had to do a little bit of, I'm not going to say hacking, but maybe a little bit of hacking. I wanted to be able to do this prompt, but as I mentioned, Google has so many restrictions when it comes to these, any kind of violence, even if it's innocent, like a guy slipping on a banana, which is fair. We want to keep people safe and away from generating harmful content. So to get around that, just for this video, I decided to take a screenshot of the prompt and submit it as a picture, just to see if it would do it for me. And then as the input, I just said, generate the video from this prompt. And this is what it ended up giving me. Let me show you it. Take a look. So you can see it actually does do it. It's pretty comical. The guy's like slipping and falling, but I feel like if you're watching it, like the physics aren't exactly what I would expect. Like it doesn't seem natural. It feels almost as if he's floating to the ground, which maybe that's a part of the restrictions that they have. I'm not entirely sure. This is something we'll have to investigate a bit more later. But overall, not bad. I kind of like this one. Let's try it in Sora 2 and see what happens. I'm going to do the same thing of giving it the prompt as an image and then trying to generate it that way.
Whoa! Ah! Oh! Oh my!
Why is he looking at us? We didn't make him fall. I mean, we did, but he doesn't know that. He looks at us right at the end. But it's really good. I like it. Both of these are actually not bad. Okay, so our final contendant is going to be another one where we've tried to push the boundaries a little bit. I wanted to try to get it to show a video of a baby chopping up some vegetables, and I wanted it to be as realistic as possible. So I started over in Sora 2, and I just gave it the text prompt of what I wanted. So, you know, baby chopping up some vegetables. See what it gives me.
Wow, those slices are perfect. Keep going, Chef.
Wow, I love how he does this little smile at you at the end. He's so proud of himself. But I didn't have to add anything about sound. I just said that I wanted a baby chopping up vegetables. But it already had, you know, the mom filming it, so I had enough context awareness to understand that a baby wouldn't be alone and the mom would definitely be nearby, or at least one of the parents. And, you know, the baby is just there chopping the little vegetables, and he's actually using a real knife, which is pretty interesting that Sora seems to be a lot more lax or like less restrictions than the Google Veo 3.1 model. So maybe take that into consideration as well when you're deciding which one you want to be able to use. The baby looks super realistic, like look at the little swoop that he has of his hair. So cute. I love how he's got a little apron over his little onesie. Very, very cute. And a smile at the end, again, super cute. All right, let's try this again in Veo 3 and see what it gives me. Okay. So we initially had a problem with this, like trying to generate it as a text prompt. I wanted to try it one more time. Well, I tried it 3 more times. And it still would not let me do it. So again, those restrictions that you have on Google Veo 3.1 might be a bit hindering when it comes to certain topics like violence or things that, you know, you don't want to see, like children playing with knives. Like, it's very dangerous. And of course, it won't be able to generate that for you. Interesting that Sora 2 actually did work, and it worked really well. Let's try it again with the, just more like a baby pretending to chop vegetables and see what it gives us. Okay, this is just really cute. I love the little baby hairs, they're so wispy. And his smile is a lot more, I would say baby-like than the Sora 2 video, because he has his little like, I can't do it, but it's very cute. I'll go back for you, you can see it again. Yeah, see, it's really cute. I like this one. So they have like these little soft toys that you're playing with, and clearly one of the parents is probably just filming the baby. Very, very cute. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this comparison of the 2 different models, Veo 3.1 and Sora 2. I wanted to see, could we push the limits in terms of prompting, which is what we love to do here at Promptus, push the limits and bring you the latest innovations. So one thing that we were able to do was learn a little trick, which is sometimes if the model doesn't accept your prompt, maybe you can send it in as a screenshot and see if it's able to do that for you. It didn't quite work on the baby one, but it did work for the man falling. So that part is nice to know. Again, restrictions, Google Veo 3.1 is a lot more tight, and they don't want you to do anything dangerous or that could be used in an inappropriate way, whereas Sora 2 seems to give you like more control, more free reign. And especially that's demonstrated with the baby video, where they actually gave the baby a real knife. In terms of comparing the quality of the videos, I think that both of them had pretty great quality. If I could go back to the cat video at the beginning, we can see the comparison between the 2 of them here. So the Google one is definitely a bit more like cartoonish almost. It's kind of realistic, but not as much as I would have liked. The Sora 2 model, on the other hand, is also like a bit toy-like almost for the cats. But I do like how it had like, you know, the referee and the different camera angles. You didn't really get as much of that with the Veo 3.1 model, although it was still really good. I do like that both of them gave me confetti, super nice. And then if I could compare the man sipping on a banana video, honestly, both of them gave me pretty similar results. And maybe that's because I used the screenshot technique in this case. So both of them, the fall seems almost like as if the man was like floating as he's falling over. and I wasn't too sure about the physics for either one of those. Maybe that's something that we can investigate together in another video. So you have to follow along with the Promptus YouTube channel to see that one. But all in all, I liked it. I especially liked how the Sora 2 one like looks right into your eye at the camera at the end. He's like, how could you do this to me? It's almost like he knew I was the one prompting him, but hopefully not. We'll see what happens. And then finally, of course, the baby videos. You can let me know which one was your favorite, but again, I really love the Sora 2 model. That looked so realistic, and I love that it has the mom's voice in the background, like asking the baby questions and engaging with him, and then like, he smiles so brightly at the end. But when it comes to the Veo 3.1 model, I think this is really cute. You have the soft play toys, and the baby smile just looks very childlike and innocent. It's really cute. So I especially love the little baby hairs. Adorable. So that's it for me from today. If you want to see even more comparisons like this, or even tutorials and the releasing of new models on Promptus, you're going to have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So hit that button down below, and I will see you in the next one.